Hi everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. It's been a minute and I'm good. Anyways, today we have Angel and myself featuring in today's video and I'm rambling. Hi everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm happy you stopped by. I hope you're doing well. I hope life is good and I hope that things are well. Yeah. Today's title is How to Survive as an Insecure Overachiever. And yes, I think it sounds like whoops. But it's going to be a reflective slash me sharing slash me talking to my future self slash just me speaking about this phase of life I'm in. So one thing that is common as or one thing that is common that consultants sorry are commonly referred to is like, oh, consultants are like insecure overachievers. Basically it means like you're doing so well or you're doing good, maybe not so well, but you're doing good, but you're always like constantly rethinking and just questioning yourself. Am I good enough? Is this work good? Am my slides perfect? All these type of things. And funny thing is, it never goes away. I think that's one thing I am learning at this phase in my life or in this phase of my life that never really goes away. I think um when I'm promoted at work to a new role, in that new role I would still, question myself of, is this good? Is this good? And when I become a partner, if I decide to, as long as I keep rising through the ranks, the question of am I good enough? And I don't think it's me questioning my capabilities. I think one thing that God has helped me with as I've come to grow up is just developing my self confidence, that I don't need like some form of affirmations from people to feel happy. I don't need to get applause and accolades from people to feel good with myself. I think it's past the sense of insecurity and low self-esteem and all this. I think like I don't even think it's that. I think there's just this constant thing with humans of, am I doing my best? Could I have done better? And sometimes, you actually need to push yourself forward. And sometimes you just need to take a chill pill. And it's interesting to know that as you go on in life, as you become for me, as I become a wife, as I become a mother, as I become like this, like big business slash public slash everything I want to do with myself, we would always question ourselves of, am I doing enough? Am I doing enough? And it's kind of sucks to be an insecure overachiever. It really kind of sucks. But really, how do you survive? So I'm here saying that if you're doing good work, you will feel like this. And I'm very happy for you if you're not feeling this way. If you're like, oh, I'm good, I can be bad all by myself. What do you think you are? Gang, gang, gang. I'm very happy for you. I love it. I love it. Keep up the good work. Keep up the energy. It's great. But if you're like me and 90% of the time you're maybe not 90%. These days have been very good. 70% of the time you're asking yourself of, I can do better, I can be better, and all these things. I would say here are some things I'm learning in this process. Number one is you will always question yourself. And why I say this is not even because people that I look up to have told me that they do it to themselves. I'm like, why are you questioning yourself? Your definition of awesome and wonderful and beautiful and everything. So why are you questioning yourself? Um, those people still do it. I think the one that really shocked me. So I'm reading this book by Michelle Obama. It's called The Light We Carry, and she was saying that she still questions herself. I'm like, you are Michelle Obama. What do you have to question about yourself? But that's it. Like, if it didn't stop whilst you were just a like me, a senior associate at an MBB firm, right? It wouldn't stop even when you become the CEO of a multinational about to take over the world, it wouldn't stop. So you see, like, you just, I think you need to accept the fact that, I'm not saying accept a bad thing, but accept the fact that there will be this voice at the back of your mind always pushing you to be better. I want to put it that way. Accept the fact that, because you are not comfortable with mediocrity and you love being excellent, there would always be this voice in your mind telling you that, you can be better, you can do this, you can do this. And so rather than seeing it as a negative thing that you would want to beat yourself up over, rechannel the energy into something positive. So when those thoughts of, oh, maybe I could have done this better, comes up, it's like, yes, maybe there's a better way to doing it. Maybe there is a better way to making a YouTube video rather than me sitting with my lovely teddy bear. Hi, say hi, Angel. Hi, Angel. Yeah. Maybe there's a better way of living your life. Maybe there's a better way of studying for that exam. Maybe there's a better way of communicating at work. Maybe there's a better way of doing all these things. So number one is we channel that energy, and it wouldn't come overnight. Like, I'm making this video more for myself than for anyone else. Actually, I want to come back when I'm 30, when I'm 50, when I'm 70, and just come laugh at my beautiful smile that I know I have, and maybe I still have Angel then, maybe not. Anyways, yeah, come back and see my, like, at that point in time, by God's grace, I would have achieved all I want. But I want to come back and see, me being here now, and just thinking of, oh, will all these things come to pass? And it would even encourage me then that if I could come all this way and achieve all these things, then whatever it is I want to achieve at that age is definitely possible. So I think the first thing I would say is rechannel this energy, this thoughts in your mind, this vibe, just rechannel it into something positive. I hope that makes sense. I think it does. I think that if it doesn't make sense, go back and watch it again. Yeah. Number two, apologies. Number two, and I'm literally saying this top of my head, but number two is you need to pause and count your blessings. What do I mean by that? I'm saying where you're living now, or your life now, is an answered prayer. You just don't know it. What do I mean by that? I would use myself as an example. I have so much clothes that I love because I love clothes. And there was a point in my life where I really wanted my parents to buy clothes for me. I wanted them to buy shoes for me. I wanted them to buy bags for me because I love those fancy things, but they just had other priorities. And buying clothes for Faith every single week was just not feasible or realistic or even sensible. But I've gotten to that phase in my life where, I can buy as many clothes as I want to, I can buy as many shoes as I want to, I can buy as many bags as I want to. And so your current state now is an answered prayer. Like, where you are now is something you used to, like, think about, oh, how will I get this job, and how will I pass this interview, and how will I pass this exams. But you have successfully passed them, and you have successfully scaled through those interviews. And so see it as a lever. If I can do this, then maybe passing the next exam is what's on my mind. So if I can do this, I probably will, I definitely can pass the next exam. See it like that, rather than, oh, this exam is in front of me, blah 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 blah. But you get my point. Yes, my point is you have done this thing before. You just need to sit down, think about it. But you've done this thing before. You have successfully presented at work before. You have successfully passed examinations before. You have successfully delivered a client presentation before. You have successfully, besides getting married, if you want to get married, you've probably not done that before. So aside things like that, but normal things like writing exams, giving a presentation, delivering a deck, a deck, a slide presentation, whatever it is, you probably have done it before, one way or the other. So to your think back to those experiences, think back to when you did it, and just see it as a, if I have done this before, I need to do it again, and be thankful for the small things, because whatever it is that is looking like, oh, I'm so insecure about this thing, whether it's my slides, whether it's the way I talk, whether it's the way I think. Yes, sometimes, you probably have done this before, and be grateful with yourself. Count your blessings. See the things you have today as, as a, they were once your prayers. Let me put it that way. You are living in your answered prayers. And for me, it's whenever I look at my wardrobe and I see my clothes, I'm happy because I am living in answered prayers. It might be the little things. For you, it might be the tech device you've always wanted, and your parents just never got it for you because they had other priorities. But you have it now because you got it for yourself. You're living in answered prayers. So don't discount the little things. That's number two. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Blah, blah, blah. Number three will be, you will never be less responsible than you are now. So in 300 level, I think, yeah, in 300 level, I was in sanctuary unit in Covenant University, and the head of sanctuary unit then was telling us executives that we will never be less busy than we are now. So she's like, you're about to enter your 400 level, you have your courses plus your project, and immediately you graduate, you have NYSC plus life, and you get married, and you have marriage plus life plus academics, and you have children, and it's children plus marriage plus life plus academics. Like, your life would always get busier. There is no two ways about it. Your life would always get busier. So the earlier you start, the word coming to my mind is not the best, but the earlier you start accepting your current situation, the better for you. Assuming at work, let's give this example. So I started out um my consulting job as a business analyst, and that time it looked like this is the biggest thing that could ever happen to me. I have 2 slides to create. Oh my god, I will never get this done. Blah 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 blah. But I got it done, yes, because I then got promoted to becoming an associate. And then in my associate role, I'm like, oh, this is the end of my life. No, actually, I never said this is the end of my life. But I was like, this is big as well. Oh, how, was I pretending all this while as a business analyst? Do I really know this job? Blah, blah, blah. And then I got promoted to become a senior associate. I'm like, okay, you people should just, take it. And, I'm looking forward to other promotions. And it's never, expectations will never lower. If you want your life to continuously be progressive, expectations, people's expectations of you, your expectations of yourself would never be lower than what it is today. So you just have to get better. If you really feel strongly about it, that you could do better at your job, then maybe, talk to someone, take extra lessons, do things that would actually make you better, because it would never get easier. And it's a sad truth, but it actually wouldn't get easier. So I would recommend that you accept where you are now. So I think for me, just being vulnerable at work, I need to really improve on my second, so there's something they call like second and third order insight. What do I mean by that? 2 plus 2 equal to 4, but could 4 mean that you should like continuously infer of 2 plus 2 is not just 4. Okay, let me give a practical example, because I like talking about myself. So let's talk about agriculture in Nigeria, because I've been reading about that a lot. So Nigeria, oh, let me start with over 50% or over 75% of Nigeria's population today were gainfully employed in one form of agricultural activity or the other. So think of it, either someone that farms, or you have a farm, or Basically 75% of Nigerians today are involved or engaged in agricultural activities. But the thing is, whilst we're so blessed with natural resources and the rest, we're actually not doing well because we do not export a lot of agricultural commodities, right? And so what we see today is farmers need to increase their yield. When I say yield, I basically mean productivity. They need to be able to earn more money with from agriculture to increase their standard of living. Yeah, I hope we're following. So a second and third other insights in this scenario will be, oh, you don't just end that, Nigeria is blessed with natural resources, agricultural resources, and we could get a lot of money from it. No, you go on to say that Nigeria could get X amount of dollars from agricultural resources, and the reason we're not doing that today is because yield is low, and the reason yield is low is because the soil is bad, and the reason the soil, like, your mind is constantly, and at the moment I'm like, I'm not the one that killed Jesus, please, why am I disturbing myself? But it really makes you think, so I love it, I love it. But at that point in time when you need to think of the reason and the reason and the reason and the bigger picture and what this means to your client, and it can just be maybe I should leave me alone. But all jokes. But what do I really mean? I'm saying that, what brought me to insights. What brought me to this site? Welcome back. Okay, yeah. So I was talking about how I'm a senior associate, and for me to get like whatever it is, the promotion I desire, or whatever, I need to come up with deeper levels of insight. And while coming up with insight is very good, I like the way it makes me think. It's not the most comfortable thing to do because you're constantly thinking. But because I desire that thing, I don't kind of have to, I need to push myself to think in a certain way, to think in a structured way, to basically solve problems really well, that I can see the big picture from the small details. I hope that makes sense. So I don't even know what the point I was trying to say is. I think just take out that because you want to be great, you're already great. If you're an insecure overachiever, you're already doing well. Trust me, whatever it is you do, whether it's you're running your business, you're working for someone, you're currently writing an exam, whatever it is that is making you insecure about your achievements, you're already doing so well. And trust me, people like you, people like us, we don't stop at I just want to do this and I'll be fine with my life. No, we're always thinking of the next goal to achieve and the next thing to do, and this next big thing to do with yourself. So it wouldn't really end. I would say you need to stretch yourself where possible, and sometimes literally just stretch yourself enough to expand. And the more you expand, the more your capabilities increase, and then you go ahead to become great. I think those are the three things I have to say now. Like I said, this video is for myself sometime in the future, and I know I would come back here, I would smile, I would laugh at myself, I'll laugh at my jokes. But yeah, if you're feeling kind of overwhelmed with work or exams or whatever it is, know that you're not alone. You may feel alone, but know that you're not alone. Trust me, a lot of people around you are also feeling that way. They just are not saying it. So don't feel alone. And even when these things happen, know that they will pass. So it will pass. Whatever it is you are going through, you'll be fine. If you're a student, you would be fine. You would succeed at your exams. If you are a career person like me, and you just want to break all the ladders or break all the glasses there is to break, and limitations, you would be fine as well. So you'll be fine. I'm sending you virtual hugs. Angel was also hugging you from here. So yeah, have a nice day, and thank you for watching this video. Also, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and share this with anyone that just wants to be fine, actually, that just needs some form of encouragement or motivation at this point in life. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.